says here. Rshackbbq and other things. Hell, sun's finally came out. I gotta tell you, it feels like we've been stuck in this winter funk for 3 months now. It's probably only been a month, but it felt like 3 months. Sun hasn't been coming out. It's been gray, cloudy, cold. Today, it's warm. It feels nice. This jacket, I could actually take this off. It's so warm out here. But nice to see the sun come back out.
Regulators! Mount up!
Alright, let's go ahead and get my coat off while we're in here. So, when we bought this concession trailer, the guy had a bunch of stuff in his garage. And he had like a latte machine, some other machines, but one of them was this hot dog roller. And I told him, you know, we worked out a price, and I said, and throw in the hot dog roller, and he did. So we got it going. I'm gonna get some hot dogs going here real quick if I can, without making too much of a mess. See if I can find a way to get this open. I didn't bring a knife out with me, and I don't have one out here. So, Lewis, see if there's a butter knife. There we go. So I'm just gonna put 3 hot dogs on there for now. It's lunchtime. I haven't had breakfast. So let's put those down on there. And here's a sizzle. Save the other one for later. Got a half thing of ketchup. I'm gonna get that over there. I got some mayo. Alright. This video, what do I want to talk about? Well, get comfy here. While those hot dogs are going. They're smelling good already. Let me get that adjusted down. There we go. That's a little better than the glasses. Anyhow, I'm going to start kind of like a little series here of catering information. First year of actually doing it, and we'll just talk about different things. This first area, I'm going to talk about why we started a catering company and go into that a little bit. So, you know, if you follow me on YouTube at all, you know that I've had a passion for grilling and smoking. And if you know the story behind that, I really didn't experience barbecue till like 2005 was probably the first time I really experienced barbecue, and what I would call the slow and low style barbecue. We had a grill, but we mainly used it for, you know, grilling steaks and chicken and things like that. Never really got into it too much. And then I went to a friend's party, and he had a pellet grill, and he had done racks of ribs on it. And I gotta tell you, I thought I was in heaven. It was so good, and that kind of how I got the bug. I was like, oh man, I gotta try this. I want to do the same thing. And then I was introduced to Weber kettles, and that the food that was coming off these things was amazing. So I really started researching it, and I was given, and I bought some barbecue recipe books and understanding books, and started watching a bunch of YouTube videos on how to do the low and slow method, and it really got me hooked, and then started doing it here, doing it at work, doing different cooks, and people are like, oh man, this is so good, we want it. So I do cooks for them, and through Instagram, I met a local guy here who was going to start his own catering business. He started out basically the same way I did, just messing around in the backyard, cooking for co-workers, and then they started saying they'd pay for it. So he went ahead and started cooking for pay, which led to him really thinking that he wanted to do a catering business. And he and his wife jumped in, really not knowing anything about catering, jumped into it and started a catering business locally. And through social media, he and I got to know each other pretty well. Met up a few times, different things. And he said, "You need to get into this. I'm so busy. I can't. I have to turn down jobs." And I went, "Yeah, you know, that sounds like a pretty good thing." So I went with him on a couple of different catering jobs that he had and helped him out, and was just like, "Wow, this is something that I could do." So we talked it over with my wife, and we were kind of like, yeah, this might be something that'll work. The other thing that I was looking at was competitions, and I was looking for a low and slow style smoker, and you've seen my Raging Rooster, the 500-gallon offset smoker, reverse flow. That came up. I was just surfing the different sell sites, and that came up on one, and it was in the budget frame that I thought I could afford. So reached out to the guy, we made a deal, and I bought it, and I was like, oh yeah, we can do big cooks on it, and we can use it for competitions. Now, when I got more into looking into competitions, they are a lot of fun, a lot of work, really no money in it. So if you think you're going to go there and make money in competitions, let me tell you, you're spending more money than you are if you win anything. And that goes from, mainly your local ones. Now, when you get famous and stuff, that's a wholly different story, because you get sponsored and things like that. But starting out, competition is all about the fun and seeing how you stack up against the judges and the other teams. Keep that in mind. That's all I'm going to say about that. When I started looking at the catering, I had some friends that had a charity they were involved in with veterans and first responders, and I really wanted to get involved with that. Really hadn't started any of the catering business, but I did do a cook for them, and they said, "Oh, this is great. We want to hire you every time." And it wasn't really for the money. It was, they paid my cost, and my time and my smoking and all that was my part of what I donated back. And then we were raring to go. We wanted to get our licenses, our permits and everything, and then COVID hit, and it shut down the state offices. So we couldn't get our permits. We couldn't get our licensing. There was no way, because they weren't giving them out. So that was put on the back burner. And we did do a couple of private parties that year. And then when things started loosening up in 2021, I went ahead and started applying for my permits and going through all that, locking down a commercial kitchen, getting everything going, and when we got our permit, we were raring to go. I did do, like I said, a couple weddings. Then when I had my permits, I had a couple of catering potentials, which I went ahead and locked down and did those. And then we went on and did what I call your event style. at a local vineyard. They have music one night a week, and we went up there and served food. Now I had to come up with my own pay station and all that kind of stuff, but that'll be another video here soon. But we went up there. I felt like I had some good numbers for what that would be like, and we were pretty accurate as far as, you know, being an event. You don't know how many people are going to show up. You can just look at their how many they project they're going to have, and figure out what you're willing to risk, really is what it is. We did that. We had a few more catering events, weddings and receptions, and those all went really well. And then, you know, here it is, 2022, and I say this will be our real first year as being full-time, year-round. I still work my other job, but we are booked up pretty much all summer long already, which is great. So looking forward to it. And then we also have a couple of neat things that are coming on. Besides this here, I gotta get this thing going. But you know, it costs money, and it'll get out there. We're this close. I'm telling you, this close to rolling this out. I need to get the decals off of it from the previous, so we're not advertising something that we don't do. That's my biggest thing right now, and we're waiting for the snow to melt so I can get it out of here to do that, because I'm gonna have to have someone else do it. I tried and it didn't look very well. But anyhow, let me check those those hot dogs are almost done. Wow. Front one's a little slower. I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to turn the back down. Yeah. Anyhow, so that is how we came about really getting into the catering side of the business, through a friend, and then through cooks that we did. People are like, you need to get out there. And it's been amazing. I'm just going to tell you, if you're thinking about it, if you have a good product, people will come and use your resources. And I'm going to get into more of that, what I think works best for getting clientele, how to get your clientele, and then talk about the different equipment that we're going to be bringing on board, so you have a better idea of what you're going to need and how you can go about doing it like I'm doing, where you're just starting out and really don't know too much about it, have some cookers, and want to get out there and try it. So yeah, this is I would say probably episode 1 of this catering series, why we got into catering, how we got into catering, and then we'll go into you know, hopefully I'll cover any questions you might have, but like we will talk about what cookers are best, how you do it, what you need to look for, and then get in there and tell you how I budget what I'm going to be making when for who. I'm not going to get so much into the pricing, as your area may be different than our area, but I'll tell you, I'll kind of go over it a little bit so you can understand where I come from when I'm doing this, and let you know what the reception, what the response has been to my pricing. So anyhow, like I always say, you could do this too. It's not that hard. Till next time, my friends. Let's get in and have some hot dogs. I'm hungry. Grill on. Alright. Those are looking so good. This one here is already splitting. They smell so good. What do I want? I want my paper towels. You know what? I didn't bring any tongs out here. This was totally, I don't have plates. I don't have anything. This was totally just down and dirty. Do have some buns here. Yeah, those. I did remember a spreading knife. I probably won't even use that. Get out of the way. There you go. Start out with 2. Yeah. Got some cheese, some onions that I diced up. Start with the ketchup. Now the one thing you'll notice, ain't no mustard on my dogs. I'm not a big fan of the mustard. But mayo, gotta have real mayonnaise. Not a Miracle Whip guy either. That. Oh yeah, those hot dogs are looking so good. Let's turn that one down too. Yeah. Funny. Cheese on here. Sharp cheddar. Something like that. A little bit of red onion. Diced up. Flip this around. Alright, try to do this without burning my hand. This one here. Ah, yeah, baby. It's gonna take a bite. You know I'm famous for my bites, so. Oh yeah, that's a good dog right there.